Jai Siya Ram everyone and welcome to HimVeda. Today we have Dr. Sharma with us, who is a certified Ayurvedic doctor, and he is operating here in HimVeda, which is a Ayurvedic facility in Himalayas. Today the main purpose of this podcast is so that we both can talk about Ayurveda in a way that most people don't know about, so that when he enlightens us, all of us will get the same knowledge at the same time. So let's get started. Dr. Sharma, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so my first question is that can you please give me an overview of Ayurveda? Because I am also very new to Ayurveda and I would like to know a little more about Ayurveda before I start asking you more questions about it. So please go ahead.
Okay. So Ayurveda, as you know, is a combination of two words.
Okay.
Ayu plus Ved.
Okay.
So Ayu means life and Ved means knowledge, yes, science. So basically a science of life.
Okay.
And it was, I wouldn't say it was developed, it's eternal. Eternal means that it's always been around in nature. The knowledge, the principles have always been around for ages and ages. And in each age, let's say different people, different scholars, they come and they then imbibe this, or you can say this knowledge happens to them, or they are enlightened by this knowledge, and then they reproduce it, or they create it in their own way, in their own books, in their own writings.
Okay.
So that's how it carries forward from generation to generation. Otherwise, it's eternal. So currently, what we have are the oldest books, Charaka and Sushruta, which are like roughly 6th century BC. So these are the scholars, these are the saints or sages who penned it down in recent history, and that's what we read now, and these form the basis of our learning in the present age.
Okay. I see both books are there.
Yes, so there is Charaka, there is Sushruta. So now we have also English translations coming.
Okay.
Originally written in Sanskrit, but now different scholars, they translate it in Sanskrit, and they also give their own meaning.
Okay.
Give their own intent to it.
Okay. Okay. Also, I heard about something about elements in Ayurveda. Can you please tell me about that?
Yes, so elements or Mahabhut, these are 5. This is the basic philosophy of Indian science, the 5 elements, namely Akash, Akash Tattva, or we can call it space, and then air or Vayu, Agni or fire, Jala or water, and Prithvi or earth element. So these are the 5 elements or the 5 energies. Basically, Ayurveda or ancient Indian science is nothing but quantum science. You can relate it to modern quantum science. Quantum science says that matter and energy are one. They cannot be differentiated.
Yes.
Same, Ayurveda also holds the same view. It is basically quantum physics if you go deeply. So Ayurveda also says matter and energy are one, and the example is this Panch Mahabhut. So they are basically materials and they are energies, they are one.
Okay.
So out of these 5, if you look at the 3, the air element, fire and water, these are more energetic, they are more powerful, and the space and earth element are kind of inert.
Okay.
The space is just a playground in which all the other 4 they play around, and earth is nothing but earth is basically very solid and materialistic. So the other 3 elements are more energetic, and that's why they developed into 3 doshas. Once we go further into Ayurvedic understanding, so we at some point we stop talking about these elements or Mahabhuta, and we focus more on doshas.
Okay.
When we go deeply into Ayurveda. So that's the reason. The 3 doshas, or air, fire and water, out of the 5, these 3 are more powerful, they are energetic, and that's why we have 5 elements and only 3 doshas.
So doshas are like problems.
Yes, that's a good question. So
I would like to know.
dosh, as you know, is a negative word. You're right.
Yeah.
Dosh means a problem or a bad thing or a bad quality. If I tell you that you have doshas, Aditya, you have doshas in you, you will stop this interview and you will run away from here.
Yeah.
So
what problem can I have?
So why they use something negative,
Yeah.
doshas? So the negative connotation is there are two things. One is that when these doshas are in balance, they cause health. They are a resultant of health.
Oh.
So, but when they go out of balance or out of whack, they cause ill health or disease.
Okay.
So, dosha has a good purpose and a bad purpose. Good purpose is maintaining health when doshas are in balance.
Okay.
Now, there are three doshas. So, balance does not mean that you have 33.3% of each.
Yeah.
Balance means your body type.
Okay.
Your balance might be like 60% vata, let's say 20% pitta, 20% kapha. That might be your balance,
Okay.
in which you stay healthy. So that's your balance. So when these doshas are in balance in each person, then they cause health. When they go out of balance, let's say you have 60% vata, but suddenly you start having 80%,
Okay.
that will be a disease or imbalance.
Okay.
So doshas cause imbalance also.
Okay.
So if we give negative meaning to something, we remember it better.
Yeah.
So if we said, okay, dosha is something very nice and very good, then nobody will take care of doshas.
Yes.
We gave a negative meaning, and then there is a kind of fear element in everyone. Okay, this is a dosha. If it goes wrong, I might fall sick. So people remember. So that's why a negative name was given to this physiological entity.
Okay. Now I have a better understanding of it, why it is called
Yes.
dosha.
Otherwise, it is positive also, negative also, but the name given is negative, so that we remember better.
Okay. So all of us have different elements in us, and the balance is different. So
yes.
is there a way that I can get to know which element I am, or which mix of element I am? Like, is there a
Yes.
way to do that?
Yes, that is this is known as prakriti. Prakriti. Pra means first, kriti creation, first creation. The way you were created first, like when you were born with some basic combination of these elements.
Okay.
That is your prakriti, that is your mind body type. So there are two ways. Either you go to an expert Ayurvedic physician, he will ask you certain questions, do a questionnaire,
Okay.
do some tests, and then he will tell you your prakriti.
Okay.
The other way is to, of course, take it upon yourself,
Yeah.
read, learn, and then be good at it. And
Okay. So it takes time.
yes,
Okay.
but it is not rocket science. It's easy,
Yeah.
very easy. And Ayurveda, I always say that if you go more into analytic mind, then you will not understand Ayurveda, because Ayurveda is a simple science, simple but not simplistic,
Yeah.
simple. So you have to get down to a simple level, or get up to a simple level to understand this. The more we go into analytics, like when we read physics, chemistry, we analyze, we go into analytics. If we try to learn or approach Ayurveda in an analytical way, we will have problems understanding it. You have to be more simple and intuitive.
Okay.
So simple, intuitive minds find Ayurveda very easy.
Okay. So I don't need. Do I need to have a really good mat to read Ayurveda?
No?
No. Okay. Anyone can read Ayurveda who is interested. So everyone can order a book of sushruta and charaka, and they can start reading it if they're interested.
So I would not recommend start reading sushruta and charak. They are more technical,
Okay.
very complex books.
Okay.
So if one is really interested, one can read. One can start reading Ashtang Hridayam.
Ashtang Hridayam.
That came much later than Charak and Sushruta, and it's concise form of Charak and Sushrut.
Okay.
Very concise, and it's in the form of poetry.
Okay.
So it can be sung like a poetry every morning, and then you can have the English translation also,
Okay.
and Hindi translation.
Okay.
So Sanskrit, Hindi, English. So I would suggest you start with Ashtang Hridayam if you're really interested.
Okay. Also, can you tell us about your journey so far? Like, how have you become an Ayurvedic doctor, and where you started? Like, I would like to a little about that.
Yes, so I must not lie to you. This was not my first choice of a career.
Okay.
So born in a typical middle class family where you are supposed to be either a doctor or an engineer,
Yeah.
like an allopathic doctor.
Okay.
So for this we have to go back in history after the different invasions they happened in India, let's say after around 16th 17th century. Before that Ayurveda was flourishing. There were so many universities and so many experts everywhere, and after these invasions happened, the first invasions, the Mughal invasions, so they all came from up north, from Central Asia
Yes.
into Afghanistan. India was all the way up to Afghanistan.
Yes.
So the invasions happened through Afghanistan, Pakistan, and more focused in North India.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course the British invasion
Yes.
also focused more around in the north.
Yes.
So a lot of this cultural damage happened,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of we then gave up not only Ayurveda but also, you say, the language, Hindi language, Ayurveda, Sanskrit language suffered. The culture we gave up,
Mm-hmm.
the Indian culture, and took up more Western culture, especially in the northern central Indian subcontinent.
Mm-hmm.
And so slowly English became more important, and English medicine also became more celebrated.
Yes.
Everyone, if they study medical, they would like to be an allopathic doctor.
Yes.
So same was with me. So I was also motivated, especially in my family. Also there were some allopathic doctors. So I was more, I was, you can say, not motivated, but that was there, that you have to.
That was your preference.
Go. So I sat for this exam, but somehow I missed by a few marks. And then the option was to take up Ayurveda, and so I moved into Ayurveda. In 1999, I joined this Rajiv Gandhi Government Ayurvedic College, the only college at that time in Himachal, and still is the only government college, and is one of the top colleges in India.
Okay.
So that was in 1999, and I must admit the first 2 years were difficult, going from physics, chemistry, science background, and suddenly into Ayurveda, going into learning Sanskrit and learning about metaphysics, not physics but metaphysics, about human body, soul, Atma, Paramatma, all these things. And it was a little difficult in the beginning, and students who came more from a Sanskrit Hindi background, they actually were more successful in the first few years, and students from more English background, they struggled a little bit.
Okay.
But by the second, third year it was okay, and I started enjoying it more. And still I finished in 2006, and me and my partner, then we decided to go to different doctors in India, because in college, you learn as much only. It's the real learning starts after college. So we decided in 2006, we traveled across India to different experts who were practicing Ayurveda in remote villages and remote parts of India. We went and spent a few years there. So we picked up a lot of knowledge. That really gave us confidence. And then we came back. We also realized we need more. Now we have enough of this unofficial learning. Now we must go back to some more institutional learning. So we came back and we did masters.
Okay.
In 2008.
Okay.
We started and we finished in 2010. We did masters, and after that working here and there, and then we started HimVeda in 2012.
Okay.
It was always a dream to start a good Ayurvedic place, because in North India such places are lacking.
Yes.
As I said, cultural damage was more during these invasions, more cultural damage in northern India. So Ayurveda is also struggling a little bit in north, whereas in south they retained, the culture was more retained, and you find more such institutes in south.
Yes.
Although when you read Charaka and Sushruta, they say this, that all their meetings, all their learnings happened in the Himalayas.
Okay.
So it all started in Himalayas, but now it's struggling a little bit. So we decided that there should be such some good centers up north where we are able to use our knowledge and skills and help the society in general.
It's a very good step, I would say. It's a very noble step, I would say, to start something in the Himalayas, because it
Yes.
originally started in Himalayas, as you're saying.
Yes.
And it's very heartbreaking that this happened.
Mhm.
But it's a very noble step that you're doing, and
Yes.
I would like to appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
So moving on to the next question that I have, and it's how do we diagnose problems in Ayurveda? Like the modern science is you have some machines and then you diagnose.
Yes.
But like how do we diagnose problems in Ayurveda?
Yes. So there are three ways. They call it darshan, prashan, and sparshan.
Okay.
So darshan is just looking at the patient.
Mhm.
You look at the patient and you observe different things.
Mhm.
Maybe skin color, his teeth, and his hair, or different things you can observe.
Mhm.
And then prashan, of course, you ask questions. And then sparshan, by touching him, touching different parts.
Okay.
So that was the original
Approach.
way, original approach of. And that's where Nadi Pariksha also came up. Nadi Pariksha, we touch the pulse of the person and we then assess different imbalances.
Okay.
In fact, Nadi Pariksha was not there originally in charaka and very olden books, but it came later on.
Okay.
People developed this methodology.
Mm-hmm.
And what we personally do is we, of course, do all this darshan, prashan, sparshan, and we also rely on modern parameters, because patients come to us with their blood scans, with their CT scans, different scans,
Okay.
X-rays. So we have a look at those and then relate it to doshas.
Okay.
So we can always come to know about doshas, like which dosha is gone up or down,
Mm-hmm.
by looking at the blood reports and by looking at the X-rays.
Okay.
So the simple answer would be that we use traditional methods and we also use modern methods of
Okay.
diagnosis.
Yes. Okay. Nice. Are there any differences between modern science and the Ayurveda, ancient Ayurveda?
Yes, there are many differences. You can go on and on. The main thing is Ayurveda is a qualitative science. You can call it a science of adjectives.
Okay.
Or gunas, we call it gunas. Each patient has a guna,
Mm-hmm.
each dosha has a guna, everything. This place has its own guna qualities,
Mm-hmm.
this country, this place, the food we drink, the food we eat, the water we drink. Each medicine has a guna, each body type has a guna. So Ayurveda is all about gunas or qualities or adjectives. Modern science is more about numbers, nouns.
Okay.
For example, if I talk about food, the modern science will say, okay, you must eat these many calories,
Mm-hmm.
this number of calories.
Yes.
So that's a noun. You must eat this amount, this grams of proteins, this much vitamins, this much fats, this
Mhm.
much. All they're dealing in numbers,
Yes.
exact numbers. We will say that the food should be varying according to seasons,
Mm-hmm.
the quality of the food, whether it's light or heavy, it depends. Whether it's hot or cold.
Mm-hmm.
By hot or cold, I don't mean whether you have heated on gas or is it cold.
Mm-hmm.
Hot and cold also means its inner potential,
Okay.
like different foods. For example, dahi, we take it out of the fridge and we consider it's cooling.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's cool to touch,
Mhm.
but when it goes inside, it's a heating food. It heats you up, heats
Okay.
up the metabolism. So we must know in each food whether it's heating, cooling, how much to eat, not in calories, but in whether it's light or heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and whether your stomach is, how much full the stomach should be. So based on that, we decide on food. Similarly, modern medicine talks about the liters of water to be drunk every day. We talk in terms of thirst, that you have to follow your thirst.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, the sleep, number of hours. In Ayurveda, there is no mention of number of hours. It's more the quality of sleep.
Yes.
And then if you talk about exercise, again, they talk of how many hours to exercise, how many days a week to exercise, how many calories to burn during exercise. In Ayurveda, it's more about when you start sweating, you stop exercising. When you start mouth breathing, you stop exercising.
Okay.
So that is the major difference. This is a qualitative science,
Mm-hmm.
and that is more a numerical, quantitative science.
Mm-hmm.
And this can go on. And then if you talk of basic diagnosis, let's say a patient comes to us. So this was more about food, diet, lifestyle. If we talk of disease, if a patient comes to us, or if a patient goes to an allopathic doctor, he will be more concerned about the signs and symptoms and then the treatment. Okay, the signs, symptoms and diagnosis, and start the treatment. Ayurvedic doctor is more concerned about hetu, nidana, or the cause of the disease.
Okay.
We try to dig deeper, ask questions and go into finding the cause of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
And then the treatment would automatically become like reversing this cause,
Mm-hmm.
or doing treatments opposite to this cause.
Okay.
We call it hetu viparit chikitsa,
Okay.
opposite to the hetu or opposite to the cause.
Mm-hmm.
So Ayurveda is very much focused on assessing the cause of anything, whereas modern medicine is more focused. So cause is like the history, cause has already happened.
Mm-hmm.
So modern medicine is more focused on the present, like the signs and symptoms and treatment. So I'm not saying there's good and bad. These are different styles.
Yes.
So yeah, and then of course going into treatment. So that's pretty straightforward. We treat more with herbs, herbal medicines, and sometimes also herbometallic medicines. Whereas modern medicine deals more in chemicals. So that's the major difference which everyone knows.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
So
cannabis also used as a herb?
which one?
Cannabis, marijuana.
Cannabis, yes. It was originally used for, of course, psychological, psychiatric issues, and also as a painkiller because of its heating potential and other potentials.
Okay.
It's used, but now it's been the government is very strict, stringent.
Yes.
So many pharmacies, they find it difficult to formulate these medicines.
Okay. Can you tell me about Panchakarma or Panchakarma as they say?
Yes. So
A little about Panchakarma, not like a little overview of Panchakarma and what is it if someone is interested in Panchakarma. As I've seen many people are interested in Panchakarma.
Yes, Panchakaram is now very famous. It's just like now become very popular. Some people might not even think that it's come from Ayurveda. Some might think it's something else.
Okay.
It's become even more popular than Ayurveda itself.
Yeah.
So it's basically a small part of Ayurveda, wherein
Okay.
some cleaning therapies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like taking your car to the mechanic from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, you take your body to this Panchakarma healing, wherein the toxins are thrown out of the body. So in Ayurveda, there are two methods in which you can treat. One is known as shamana and one is shodhana. So it's just like if there is something toxic inside the body, you can either throw the toxicity out of the body, throw the toxins out of the body. So that is Panchakaram or Shodhan, Shuddhi, throwing out the toxins. That's Panchakaram. Or you can burn the toxins inside the body, not throw it out, burn them or metabolize them inside. That is Shamana.
Okay.
So Shamana is achieved with some medicines or diet and lifestyle, and Panchakaram is achieved through certain therapies.
Okay.
So these therapies are 5 in number, and that's why it's Panchakaram, 5 Panchakaram.
Are there any advices or tips that you would like to give to someone who is looking to adapt a Ayurvedic lifestyle to lead a better life? Like very small changes in their life that people can do, or like someone with a busy work life that I can do to improve my life a little bit?
So there is basically what we call dinacharya, Ayurvedic diet and lifestyle or daily routine. which starts with the Brahme Muhurt Uttishtet, which is rising in the Brahm Muhurat early in the morning before sunrise,
Okay.
the 45 minutes before sunrise.
Oh, okay.
So that would be the first tip, but it might not be practically possible for everyone. So you should always know that, okay, this is the aim. If you can reach that aim, then it's okay. If not, then you can do something lesser. But that is the very first principle of Ayurveda. And then the other tip is that exercise, if you're looking at exercise, should always be morning exercise. There should be no exercise in the evening. When I get to go to the gym, we always see gym is more packed in the evenings.
Yes.
People feel that they come back from work and then they have more time in the evening.
Yes.
And they go to the gym, but evening, according to Ayurveda, is the Vata time of wind. And wind is when you exercise hard and then the wind will go up and it can lead to injuries. And these injuries can be very subtle, soft injuries, because one is young, he might not come to know, but later on in life,
Okay.
if he carries on these evening exercises, so that will be a disaster. So exercise should be a morning.
Okay.
Morning is kapha time. Water, earth is kapha. Water and earth give you strength. So you have more strength to bear these shocks of exercise, any traumas, and you can stretch yourself. You can, if you're doing lifting of weights, you can lift more. If you're doing treadmill or running or walking, you can do more. So evening should be kept just for maybe an evening walk or some light pranayama, but not for heavy exercises.
Okay.
So that's tip number 2. And then again, talking of dinacharya, early morning, kapha time, very good for memory. Kapha is strong memory. So especially for students, they should memorize or revise topics in the morning.
Okay.
Morning, let's say 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. would be good time to memorize. Memorize what they have already learned the previous day.
Okay.
This is not a great time to learn new things.
Okay.
Learning new things, problem solving, that's pitta.
Okay.
That's fire. You need fire. Early morning is not fire time. So what you have learnt during the day, during the pitta time, pitta is during the day. Let's say 10 a.m. to roughly 2 p.m. is the fire time. So you learn new things in the college, in the university. And early morning is the time to revise those things.
Okay.
Kapha will help in the revision. So that's tip for students. So apart from that, what else you do? Early morning, a shower, a simple thing as taking bath. Simple rules. So according to Ayurveda, bath should be below the neck level. It should be a warm. It should be a warm bath, and warm or hot. But above this, it should not be too hot or warmish. This should be more cool, cooler bath above the neck, because this is your kapha area. We have different zones in the body, vata, pitta, kapha zones. So this is the kapha zone, and too hot shower on this zone, too hot water on this zone kind of melts kapha.
Okay.
And if it melts, it loses its quality. And so that will be harmful for your sense organs. So always a coolish bath above the neck level and a warmish below the neck level.
Okay.
So that's the tip for bath.
Okay.
And then simple food, if we talk of food, so again heavy lunch and a very light dinner.
Okay.
And moderate breakfast.
Okay.
So by heavy I don't mean overeating.
Yes.
So by heavy I means heavy suiting your body type, whatever you can eat.
Okay.
So you have to stop when still hungry. That's the amount to eat.
Okay.
Basic idea is to, if you are eating and your mother gets you a roti, another roti, and then you think, oh, maybe I should eat it, maybe I should eat it,
Yes.
or maybe no, maybe I'm full. And that's the time to stop.
Okay.
When
Okay.
you are in two minds,
It's when I start questioning myself.
when you are in two minds whether to eat this next roti or not, that's the time to stop eating.
Okay.
So that's the basic idea of eating, and early dinner and not too heavy, because night time, you see, each dosha comes two times. If we go into this day and night cycle, so everything, the day starts with kapha, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yes.
It changes a little bit with seasons, but still 6 a.m. The beginning of the day is with kapha. The midday 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is pitta, and 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. is vata,
Okay.
wind. So the day ends with wind, and then the night starts 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Again kapha comes,
Okay.
6 p.m. to 10 p.m. 10 p.m. To 2 a.m. again pitta, midnight. Just like midday was pitta, midnight is also pitta.
Okay.
And then the day, the night ends with vata, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
Vata,
And then the kapha starts again.
and then kapha starts again. So this cycle. So basically, all diet and lifestyle will have to follow this cycle. You have to understand this cycle.
Okay.
All diet, lifestyle will follow this. All the tips will follow this cycle. And just this cycle happens because of rotation of Earth, and then we have seasons because of the revolution of Earth. So this lifestyle will change with the seasons also.
Okay.
So just again talking about why light dinner. So light dinner because heavy will then when the pitta comes at night, let's say around 10 p.m.
Yes.
pitta up to 2 a.m. pitta comes, so it's like a janitor or it's like a cleaner.
Okay.
Let's say you have a house and the pitta comes at midnight to clean this house. Why pitta comes at midnight? Because he assumes that now the house is empty, everybody is in bed, there are no children running around, nobody is dropping any food because everybody is in deep sleep.
Yes.
So our organs are in deep sleep. They are working very slowly or not working much. So it's a good time for pitta, basically in the liver, to clean up the toxins.
Okay.
So if you have eaten heavy food, at night, then this pitta, instead of cleaning the toxins, it will be busy digesting this food. You understand?
Yes.
So pitta should be busy digesting the food which you ate during the day.
Okay. And we should not burden it more.
More with the heavy dinner.
Okay.
And then this pitta digests not only the food, it also digests our emotions.
Okay.
Emotions, pitta is at the level of mind also.
Okay.
So we have pitta in the belly, we have pitta in the mind.
Okay.
So so if we have eaten heavy, then this pitta will be busy digesting that heavy food. It will not be able to digest emotions, and then we will wake up more emotional and then we will have undigested emotions, which can lead to loss of sleep or certain psychiatric diseases.
Okay.
So all in all, what I want to say is that you understand this cycle of the day and night, and then all the tips, you can create your own tips.
Okay. I think we have finished the questions I had so far. Is there anything that you would like to add in this? Anything that you would like to say to the general audience who wants to know more about Ayurveda? I would like to know a little bit more about the qualities of people.
Qualities of people, yes.
Who have these personalities and these elements more stronger in them.
So if we understand the qualities of doshas, then automatically you can apply those qualities to the person also. So Ayurveda, as I said, is a qualitative science. It's a very good question you raised. We have to first focus, one who wants to know Ayurveda should focus on gunas or qualities.
Okay.
Each food you eat has quality, the drinks you drink has a quality. Each season will have its quality, each place will have its quality. So let's say we are sitting in air conditioned room, then that will have its quality. Air conditioning causes dryness.
Yes.
So that dryness is a quality of air conditioning. Even fan causes dryness. And let's say staying next to a beach causes humidity. So there is a humid quality. So if we touch on these qualities, like what are the important qualities? Hot and cold. You have to know about hot and cold. Sheet, Ushna. So these are two qualities. Then light and heavy. Guru, Lagu. So Guru means heavy. So that's why teacher is also a Guru, because he's full of knowledge, he's heavy with knowledge.
Okay.
That's why he's known as Guru.
Okay.
And Lagu is light. And then Snigdha, Ruksha. Snigdha means oily or moist, and Ruksha is dry.
Okay.
And Snigdha also comes from the word Sneha. Sneha means love. So love is also moistening or oily.
Okay.
Love will make you more moist and full and more watery. It will not make you dry. Having no love and living alone will make you dry. It has a dryness quality.
Okay.
So this is it. And then Guru, Lagu, Shitushna, Snigdha, Ruksha, and then Mridu, Tikshna. Mridu means soft. Tikshna means sharp. So your behavior could be Mridu or Tikshna.
Okay.
Let's say if you talk to people very politely and softly, you are a Mridu personality.
Okay.
If you are very sharp and you have a sharp tongue, you get mad at people, you get angry, then you will have a Tikshna quality.
Okay.
Tikshna. So similarly, this can hold for, let's say you drink milk. Milk is Mridu, it is soft, it is oily, Mridu. If you eat green chili, that's Tikshna.
Okay.
That will make you very hot and angry, and so that's Tikshna.
Okay.
So these are some of the common qualities which you have to understand. So that should be the first step to understand Ayurveda. Talking of doshas, like Vata dosha is wind. So wind is, first of all, it is Shita, cold, cooling in nature.
Okay.
That's common sense. If we sit under fan will cool us down,
Yes.
or AC will cool us down. And then wind is drying in nature, Ruksha. So again, sit under a fan, or you hang clothes in air, the clothes will dry up.
Yes.
So similarly, if we sit in AC for long, or if we travel, it's drying. And then Chalaguna, or mobility. Air has a mobility.
Yes.
Chalaguna. So these people with the air, lot of air in them, they move. They like to move.
Okay.
Move their bodies or minds. They like to travel. They like to move from one place to another, one friendship to another, one country to another,
Okay.
one guru to another, one profession to another. Change. So that's wind basically.
Okay.
Wind element, and same is wind personality. And if we talk of Pitta, Pitta is again hot. Fire, Pitta is fire, so it's hot. So it's Ushna, and then it's sharp. Fire is always sharp. Fire cannot be soft, so it's sharp, Tikshna. And then fire is oily. That's another topic. Why fire is oily? Because inside the human body, fire is not pure fire, but it's in a moisture form.
Okay.
So hot, sharp, and then light. Fire is light, Lagu. So same personality, which is fire dominant, will be fiery, hot, sharp, angry,
Okay.
intelligent, sharp tongue, sharp wit, intelligent and focused. Because fire is focused, it
Yes.
knows only to burn, whereas air is out of focus. Air is inconsistent. A gust of air will come, and then the next one, we don't know when it will come. It might
Yes.
come after 10 seconds or 2 minutes, or so air is kind of irregular. Same is airy personality.
Okay.
But one should not think only negatively. Each thing has two facets, one negative and positive.
Yes.
So on the positive side, the air will lead to creativity, because to create something, the mind needs to move.
Yes.
If the mind is very focused or still or stable, then it will not be able to create.
Okay.
So movement is creation.
Okay.
So then the last one is water or kapha. Kapha, first of all, is heavy, guru, and then it's stable.
Okay.
Not so it is not moving. It's not chalaguna. It's you can call it a mandaguna. It is mridu. Manda means stable, soft, not fiery or sharp, and then it's cooling. So same as water personality, basically stable, soft, grounded.
Okay.
Better listener. So this is a whole different topic. We can do a separate
Okay. Yeah.
separate talk on this
Yes.
about body types.
Okay, we can do another
That
podcast
will
on
be
this. Yes.
very interesting. But what I want to say is, for beginners, you always try to look at the qualities around you.
Okay.
Try to understand these qualities. That will be the first step in learning Ayurveda.
Okay.
What people do is what's in fashion now. Okay, Ayurveda, I must know about some herbs. Okay, neem is very good for skin. Amla is very good for vitamin C.
Yeah.
And I must learn these things. So that's Ayurveda. And then I should have a diet and lifestyle and all these things. That's okay. But very first thing is learning about qualities.
Okay.
If you learn about these qualities or gunas, you will arm yourself up with the knowledge, and then you don't need to go to YouTube or even watch these
Yes,
podcasts. You will be your own master.
Yes. Okay. So start with your qualities around you.
Qualities around you.
Okay.
Appreciate. That's Indian culture.
Okay.
Qualities. We have become more obsessed with the quantities in everything.
Yes.
So qualities. Just simple things, as I said. Sitting under the AC. Okay, what's the quality? AC is wind, so wind will dry me up. Wind always dry. So I will have a dryness.
Yes.
And it will cool me down. So there will be a cold quality. So if I am already suffering from dryness issues, I must not go in an air conditioned environment that much.
Okay.
So you start treating yourself. Let's say traveling. You're traveling. What is traveling? Traveling is a movement. Movement is again air. So that's why people get constipated after traveling too much.
Okay.
Why? Because there is dryness in the intestine.
Okay.
Because movement or wind itself is drying.
Okay.
So let's say you sit in the sun for long. So you're taking the hot guna or the ushna guna. So if you are a cold body type, then it's okay. If you suffer from heating issues, let's say hot temperament or hyperacidity or hot skin issues, then this will not be good.
Okay.
The heating quality.
Yes.
So in each thing there is a quality.
Okay. So we have to see and we have to analyze
these qualities. Okay. So this can again be a separate podcast.
Yes.
Talking about each guna. Let's do it sometime.
Yes, we should do it. We should make a series about it. In fact,
about gunas. Yes.
So I think that's it for today.
Okay.
And it was a very informative podcast, and it was. I would like to thank you for coming here and sitting with me and doing this podcast. And I think we can sum it up, right?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much. If you like this podcast, please make sure to like it and hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one with Dr. Sharma. Jai Siya Ram.
Namaste.